estimate the cost of demolition. That's good. So the way that I would approach that is to first find cost data for demolition. So I'll go to the cost reference and see if I have demolition cost. So here we have demolition in this section of the R.S. Smith's book. So you have building demolitions, you have explosive demolition, you have selective structure, so selective building demolitions, you have building demolition footing and foundations, and then you have selective structure demolition. So we have building demolition, no foundations, so dump fees, and then you have steel, concrete, masonry, small buildings or single buildings, buildings with no interior walls, deduct so much. So the interesting thing is the unit of measure. What is the unit of measure here?
Cubic feet.
Cubic feet. So you need to estimate the volume of that structure and multiply by these factors to estimate the demolition. Okay, so what is that we have in our building that needs to be demolished? Here's the existing conditions.
Are there different demolition costs, I'm guessing, for building and for the site?
Right, because we have selective demolition. We have the demolition of the building is going to be different from removing a concrete slab or a patio or something like that. So, you know, I will create a new area condition here that I'm going to call this existing building to be demolished, right? And then I will make a note here. We need to have cubic feet, right, rather than square feet. So how high should we put this building, or what do we use as an estimate? 10 feet maybe, 12 feet?
12.
12, okay. So I will type assuming 12 feet high to estimate demolition cost. So I will use the thickness. No, that's not right. I'm not really sure how the building outline is, but I think it's this one because it goes surrounded by a concrete patio. Something like this. So it's 600 square feet times 12, that should be 7,200 cubic feet. Yes? So then,
Dr. Faria, the 12 is the thickness of the 12?
yeah, what I'm saying is the area has a 12 feet thick wall. So I'm calculating the volume inside, which is the area multiplied by the height. Okay? It's like having a solid volume that is 12 feet thick by the area that you measure on the floor plan. So I'm using the thickness 12 feet. I'm using quantity 1 as the area in square feet and quantity 2 volume in cubic feet. Okay? So now I can go to the takeoff, and I have here the demolition cost, so the demolition area. So I go to one screen takeoff, paste that over here, and then I will have a demolition cost here. So I will use building demolition. What do you think? Would that be a concrete structure, masonry structure? Masonry, right? Small building?
Yeah.
Masonry, small building, okay? So the code I'm using is 024116 008. The unit of measure is cubic feet, and the cost is 0.11 and 0.16. Okay? The unit of measure will be the quantity of work comes from on-screen takeoff, straight the cubic feet that I calculated, and then that gives me the cost of demolition for that building. That seems low. $2,000 to demolish a building seems low.
And that, I guess the labor is not included in like the equipment that is needed to actually demolish everything, or we need to?
Well, that's a good question. Let's see how we can answer that. That's a very good question. So let's see what does it say. I have, this is what I used. I've used building demolition. This is the data I used. Building demolition, this has no foundation and dump fees, small buildings or single buildings, no salvage included, and then I use masonry. They said here steel, so I think this is a steel structure with masonry walls. And the cost for this is 0.11 and 0.16 per cubic feet, right?
Yeah, but.
And then, what?
No, I was saying that the material comes empty, right? And then you have labor and equipment, is that?
Yeah, right. You're not putting any material in.
Right.
You're using equipment and labor to remove what is existing. So that kind of makes sense. Now, your question, do they have, what kind of tools they have? This is the crew they're using, crew B3. So we can go to the back of the book and look at the crews and find crew B3. And then find out exactly what they're using for these guys. So B3 it's right here. No, it's not. That's 58. Okay, so here. This side. Okay. So B3 is a foreman, one laborer, one operator, dump trucks. So it is using dump trucks, and I don't know what this is. Front loader, maybe? I don't know, I can't read the
Loaders?
Let me, auto B3, yeah. It has one labor foreman, 2 laborers, 1 equipment operator, 2 truck drivers, 1 crawler, loader, and 2 dump trucks. How are they taking these down? I don't understand. This sounds to me like the holding of that equipment, that material. It doesn't sound to me like the actual.
Sounds like after everything is down there.
Tearing down, yeah. 0241. Well, it says here, building demolition, large urban projects include 20 miles whole. But I don't know, I would think that they will use heavier equipment to you know, bring this building down. Maybe because of the steel structure, I don't know. Let's look over here for another cost. Building demolition, footings and foundations. Well, this is cut out and then selective dump sites. Explosive. We don't need to blow the building, or do we? That would be fun. But that's for large projects. And then this is footing and foundations. So I guess they you know, they are considering this a very light business, but still, you know, $2,000 for that. I don't think that's correct. I don't think $2,000 will be, you know, I wouldn't do it for $2,000. So see, no foundations or dump fees. So this is only the walls. You tear them down and then you hold them away, right? The demolition of the foundation has to be calculated separate. So now, for the foundations, you have the concrete slab, the slab on grade, 4-inch, 6-inch, and then you have a cost per square foot that is it's going up. See, $2.85, $3.35, you know, for per square foot, and we have what is the square footage of this thing? We just calculated, right? 600 square feet. So you have 600 square feet at, let's say, at $4, right?
So for you have to change the scale because the scale is 130 for the area.
Oh, okay, very good. Did I use the wrong scale here? That's possible. That is possible, very good. See, I told you guys to do this on the first day and you didn't pay attention. Man, oh man. 1 to 30, very good. So it changed a little bit, huh? It did change. Yeah. Thank you. That was a good catch. So from 600 we go to 8,000 square feet, and now we go 102,000 cubic feet, which brings our demolition to 27,000 instead of 2,000. That's more reasonable. Yes.
Was the scales right? Because it's not scale.
That's exactly his point.
Oh.
Exactly his point, that the scale is wrong. So I updated the scale and it went, oh, I'm not showing that here. Why didn't you guys tell me that I was showing the wrong scale?
We didn't change this.
We didn't change it. We just had ours at 8.
So here, on the image, what we did is the scale is 1 inch to 30 feet. So I changed 1 inch to 30 feet. That makes the takeoff go now to 102,000 cubic feet rather than the number we had before. So now the cost went from 2,000 to 27,000, which is more reasonable. Very good catch. Excellent. Excellent. That is more what one would expect for demolishing a building. But still, we need to add
Do
the
we have the area of the
foundations. I'm sorry?
building somewhere in the plan?
I'm
The
sorry?
total area of the building, do we have it?
Yes, we
somewhere?
do. But that's the new building that we're building.
Oh, that's for the.
This is for the existing building that we need to demolish. So what I did is I created a new condition that is called area of the building to be demolished, existing building to be demolished, and then I did the takeoff of that existing building, which may be very close to the one that we have, right? It looks like they're building on the same general area, but it's not the same one that we took off before. So that explains the difference in cost. The 2,000 jumped to 27,000. That is a lot more reasonable. And then we have the cost of demolishing the foundation, the footings and foundations. So in here they have a cost of $447 and 75 cents to demolish the concrete slab. So we can use, I don't know, I'm going to use that number, 6 inch thick. And this cost is per square foot. So actually I did this wrong. This is pointing down here. 0.16, because as you said before, there is no materials. The cost is in labor and equipment. The total cost doesn't change, but it's good to have it, in the right place.
Professor,
Yes.
those 10,000 are coming from where?
The 100,000.
Uh-huh.
These 100,000 is we have the building, right? We have the existing building. Something like this, whatever function it has, and then multiply by the height, it gives us the volume.
We have the volume
Right.
from the takeoff.
From the takeoff.
Uh-huh.
So what the volume from the takeoff is this 102,000. See, which is it has changed because of the scale, right? I'm saying. This is the existing building to be demolished. That's the condition I'm creating. It has a 12 feet thickness. So the area, calculate multiplied by 12, will give me the volume, right? And then the value changed from what I had before because we corrected the scale.
Yeah, I did that.
So when we go to the takeoff, now the existing building to be demolished has 8,000 square feet and 100,000 cubic feet. So we copy that into our OST table, and because that's linked directly to the cost, this number here is updated. Okay? So now the demolishing that slab is $447. And 75 cents. And the area is 8,500. So we have a $44,000 demolition cost for the foundation, which is quite expensive, right?
Yes.
what was the name of the Arsenal's code that we used? Like,
I used this one. So it's 241-1617-0440. I used a 6-inch plain concrete with rods. So I use these numbers.